Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today we have our trustee, Deborah Williams, acting as village clerk, and she's going to call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Trustee Bell? Here. Trustee Rodrick? Here. Trustee Grant? Here. Trustee Jazinski? Here. Trustee Todd? Here. Trustee Williams? Here. And we have village clerk Margaret Campbell Pruitt in attendance by phone.
Okay. The first item is public comment. I don't know if that mic's on. All questions will be directed to the mayor. Each speaker may comment on any matter pertaining to the agenda item only. Each speaker is allowed one opportunity to speak for up to 3 minutes and may not engage in debate. Come up, please state your name for the record. Okay, we move right along. New business. I'll accept the motion to approve an ordinance creating the positions of finance director, assistant finance director, payroll specialist, assistant chief of administration in the fire department.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by trustee Todd, second by trustee Bell. Any questions?
Comment. Mayor, I believe last week we talked about adding multiple positions to this, so we have the ordinance created for all the positions that we thought were. Is this on? Can you turn it up a little bit?
Is it?
I just feel like it's kind of low.
Go ahead.
So yeah, last week I thought we had talked about creating ordinances for multiple positions, not just the ones that are listed. We asked Attorney McGrath to follow up on that and just say, hey, where are the rest of the positions? So, and then also I thought that we agreed to kind of vote on the budget first and then do the ordinances at a later date. I didn't think we were going to do it this Tuesday because I thought there was a lot of stuff that we still had to get together in regard to those positions. So I'm not sure what happened to that. I just don't feel like we should vote on just 4 or 5 positions when there are other positions out there that we still need to vote on as well. So like, what's the point of rushing it?
Mr. Mayor? Okay, what I believe was stated last week was if we had had the budget on the agenda to approve the budget, we could have approved the budget at that time and came back to do the ordinances. And that we did realize that several other positions have to have an ordinance, but that could always be added at a later time. Since the budget is on the agenda today to be approved, the positions that we are approving for tonight are included in the budget, and we can approve these at this time and then approve more positions at a later time. That's the way I understand it. And I'm actually prepared to approve this ordinance today and move forward with other positions as the attorneys bring them to our attention.
Anybody else? Okay. The items that are here, the 1, 2, 3, 4 positions that are on here, was on the last. In other words, they were given to you guys about 2 weeks ago. Now I understand that the position for, and I saw it in the emails, I'm sure all the trustees did too, that there will be forthcoming another ordinance, I think 1 or maybe 2 more positions that will be brought to the board to be voted on. So right now, we can vote on these and move forward, and then the other ones come from the lawyer. I think as of today, I think it was, the village administrator had talked to the lawyers and they hadn't gotten back. At least I haven't heard anything. So we'll go ahead with item A. And
Well, Mayor, one more thing. I mean, I just don't understand the purpose of piecemealing it because, and actually we're supposed to have a discussion, which that never happened, or a committee meeting. And I know it's not much to discuss, but it still never became before the board as a discussion between the board before we voted. Last week, I was under the impression that we were going to vote on the budget do the ordinance at a later date once we got them all together. Now it seems like we're doing half now, half later, when it doesn't really make sense, because if you pass these four, and then you still do appropriations for the budget's still wrong, technically, because certain positions aren't created in the budget. So what difference does it make?
You said certain positions aren't created?
Certain positions aren't created. For example, I thought we talked about doing public works director, foremans. I think we said every position except for seasonal workers was, I think, what we talked about doing, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, there's other positions in the village that are not included in just this ordinance. And then also, I don't understand why it's just one ordinance for 4 positions. That doesn't make sense to me either.
I did ask that question, and I was told that it could be clumped together. But as far as the anybody that's in the bargaining unit, you don't need an ordinance for. Anyone that's not in that bargaining, it does not have a bargaining unit. Yes, you should have ordinance. In other words, anyone that's not in the bargaining unit. So the workers would not be part of that because they're in the bargaining unit. However, there are other positions that are not in the bargaining unit that I think they're in the budget. I saw them in the budget, but there's no ordinance for that. So what was talked about last week, it was stated that you pass the budget first, or pass the budget and then come back and pass the ordinances. But now that you have ordinances for 4 positions, we can either vote it up or down to either pass it or not pass it, and then the ones that come at a later date, we'll bring those up, discuss them, because they haven't been brought up. These were brought up, and these were discussed, so.
Well, as a compromise, can we table it? Because, I mean, there's no rush.
The only way you can table it, you would have to, whoever it was, we send their motion in a second, and then make a motion to table. Right now, the motion that you have on the floor is for this particular ordinance to be passed. So, I'll ask Trustee Todd and Trustee Todd, Trustee Bell, if you guys want to rescind your motion, so a motion can be made to the table. We'll move forward with this particular motion, and when the other one comes, we'll discuss that, and hopefully all of them will be included together. Any other questions? Madam Trustee Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Brewer?
Yes.
Trustee Grant?
No.
Trustee Jazinski?
Yes.
Trustee Todd?
Yes.
Trustee Williams? Yes.
Motion carried. Motion, the second is a motion to approve the ordinance making appropriations for all corporate purposes for the village of Sauk Village, Cook County, Illinois, for May 1st, 2020 to April 30th, 2021 fiscal year for $13,671,001.
So, second.
Moved by Trustee Todd, second by Trustee Jazinski. Any questions?
Can we get a copy of that ordinance?
Which one? You didn't get a copy of this one?
No, so we don't have an appropriations ordinance.
Right. Oh, the appropriations ordinance, I'm sorry. What you talking about? Okay. Yeah, sure. I'm sorry. Trustee.
That's okay. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Brewer?
Yes.
Trustee Grant?
No.
Trustee Jazinski?
Yes.
Trustee Todd?
Yes.
Trustee Williams, yes.
Motion is carried. Comments from trustees and mayor. I'll entertain comments, but we're not going to go into debate, so I'll start with Trustee Brewer. You have any comments? Trustee Todd?
No comment.
Trustee Jazinski?
No comment.
Trustee Bell?
No comment, sir.
Trustee Grant?
Yes. You know, I just don't understand how can we always piecemeal stuff together and kind of rush stuff through when it doesn't really make sense. This is something that the attorneys knew about for over a week. We've asked them for it, and for them to not get back to us in a week, that's kind of uncalled for. These are questions and things that we're voting on that pertains to the residents of Sauk Village, and if they can't answer our questions, I don't think that's fair to us as a board. And then I don't understand how come we didn't have an appropriations ordinance and we're voting on the budget. That just kind of, why? I don't understand why we don't have that done either. So there's a few things I didn't like about things that we're voting on tonight, and that's my comment. Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just want to ask one more time if there's anybody else on the call, if you don't mind, for comments.
Is anybody else on the call? Other than, anyone on the call? Hello?
That's just nobody else.
No, I know that you're on the call, Madam, but is anybody else on the call? Okay. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
That's all I had. I just want to make sure that anyone who's on the call can hear this.
All right. I just have a couple of things. First of all, you should get a copy of the ordinance. You should have that to you for the appropriation. Should have that to you hopefully by tomorrow in your boxes. And number two.
Speak up, please, we can't hear you back here.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, that's
Okay.
better. Thank you.
I just wanted to say that the trustees will have a copy of the appropriation ordinance before we sign it, so that should be given to you. Hopefully we'll get a copy in your box tomorrow. And I'm going to say it later, but I just wanted to tell everyone that came out this past Saturday, that came out and helped us with the corn and dog roast. Thank you very much. It was a decent crowd, and then it was a very decent crowd for the movie night. And that's something that I kind of like, so we may see what we can do about doing something like that going forward, but it is at a cost, so we'll see what we can do about doing something maybe next year, starting in May or something to that effect. But again, I will formally announce at the meeting, second meeting next week, but I just wanted to say thank you to the trustees that came out, thank you to the volunteers that came out, and thank you to the staff that came out to help put that corn and dog roast together. That being said, I'll accept a motion for adjournment. Okay, it was moved by Trustee Brewer, second by Trustee Jazinski. All in favor?
Aye.
Good night.